And I'm back. It's Mimi with Mimi's Storytime. I hope you're going to enjoy today's story. It's an undying classic, and I definitely understand why. It's also one of my grandson Silas's favorite books. Well, favorite characters. Pete the cat, man. He's just so cool. Pete the cat. We are reading Pete's Big Lunch today. If you would like to hear a little history of Pete the cat and how he got started, just follow along after the story. In the meantime, let's begin. The author and illustrator is James Dean for this particular story. And here's the opening. This is a collection of books. So here's what the cover of the book look like. Pete's Big Lunch. Lunch. Here comes Pete. It is lunchtime and Pete is ready to eat. What should Pete eat? A sandwich would be nice. Yes, Pete wants a sandwich. Pete opens the fridge. What will he find? He takes out a loaf of bread. He finds a yummy fish. He adds tomato and mayo. Pete looks at his sandwich. It's too small. Something's missing. Pete knows what it needs. His sandwich needs an apple. Pete loves apples. His sandwich needs crackers. Crackers are crunchy. Pete loves crunchy crackers. Pete looks at his sandwich again. It's too small. He hasn't even taken the bread out of the bag. Pete is very hungry. Pete adds a pickle. Pete adds cheese. Pete adds an egg. 2 hot dogs, a banana, and a can of beans. Something's missing. Pete adds ice cream. He takes 3 huge scoops. Well, that's looking kind of crazy. He's even got the ice cream cone up there. Pete's sandwich is too big for Pete to eat. Pete wonders what to do. Pete thinks and thinks. And out comes the guitar. That is a little bit outrageous, that sandwich. I've got it, Pete says. Pete calls all of his friends. He asks them to come over. There's even a dog up in there. Everyone goes to Pete's house. They're all very hungry. Pete shows them his big lunch. Are you hungry? Asks Pete. Pete's sandwich is big enough for everyone. Dig in, says Pete. Pete's sandwich is good. Pete's sandwich is very good. Pete's sandwich is all gone. Pete's friends are full. They liked Pete's big lunch. Thanks for lunch, Pete's friends say. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome, Pete says. Sharing is cool. And now for a history on the authors and illustrators of Pete the Cat. A little bit of a history here. Okay. The illustrator has always been James Dean. The first 4 books in the Pete the Cat series were written by a man named Eric Litwin. The first 4 were the ones written by Eric Litwin, where I Love My White Shoes. It was published in 2008. That was the very first Pete the Cat book I read. I instantly just thought he was amazing. Rockin' in My School Shoes was published in 2011. His Pete the Cat and His 4 Groovy Buttons published in 2012. And Pete the Cat Saves Christmas. Those were the ones that Eric Litwin wrote the words to. Okay, after that, Eric Litwin and James Dean, they went their separate ways over creative differences. That means they disagreed on how Pete the Cat needed to be written and drawn. So they go their separate ways. James Dean, from that moment on, was not just the illustrator, but he became the author. And his wife, Kimberly, is also one of the authors and illustrators. So you will often see James. Say hello to Munch for doing that. So James and Kimberly are the authors and illustrators now. And as of now, there are over 70 Pete the Cat books in some form. Either they're paperbacks or hard books or they're board books. He's been animated, you name it. I think there's even some comics. Originally, he was just artwork, and he actually was created after James Dean's cat, who was also called Pete. He was a solid black cat, very handsome. James Dean adopted him from a shelter as a kitten and just absolutely loved him and started painting him and drawing him. And in 1999, he self-published a book called The Misadventures of Pete the Cat. And so by the time 2008 came along and I Love My White Shoes came on, that's when it got really big. So the stories were inspired by his paintings and drawings of his own cat, Pete. And I will put up some screenshots of them in this video. I hope you enjoyed the story and this brief history. I will be doing more Pete the Cat books because I know they're extremely popular and I myself enjoy them. There's always something good to learn from Pete. He's a real chill cat, unlike most cats. So good. He's a good guy. I hope everyone has a wonderful night. And when you're in your bed tonight, I hope someone gives you a great big hug and a kiss on the forehead. Until next time, bye-bye.